So Irina, thank you for coming today and talking to us. You're the network convener for language and education. Tell me, what's the main idea which brings people to your network?
So the Network on Language and Education is actually an umbrella network for educational researchers working on reciprocal relationship between language proficiency on one hand and educational processes, settings and outcomes on the other hand. And actually, generally speaking, I think that the role of language and language diversity and literacy skills in particular represent the main focus within our network. And since the linguistic diversity has been continuously increasing in the last years within the European context, we observe somehow a change in the perspective of considering linguistic diversity to be a typical case in Europe instead of considering it as an exceptional setting. So language gets more importance within the European context.
At this time, what's the main topics people are looking at within that whole theme of language and education?
We are quite an interdisciplinary network, and of course we have a lot of research areas, but we are also quite proud that the main focus within our network lies on multilingualism, because since the linguistic diversity has been continuously increasing in the European space, language teaching has become more significant as well. And it makes us also special because the focus on multilingualism is actually not everywhere. If we look beyond the European context, the focus on bilingualism still dominates. And we consider not only bilingual constellations but multilingual. Europe is multilingual. So at least 3 languages are there in the European space. And we focus on multilingualism, and this is somehow a prototypical research for the world research. This makes us attractive to the researchers coming from outside the European context.
Well, I suppose you started to answer my next question, which is good. But what does your network really value in terms of educational research and how it benefits society as a whole?
Mm-hmm. Being an EERA network, we also aim to achieve a high-quality educational research within our network. And one way to achieve high-quality research is by guaranteeing a transparency and international dialogue, an open dialogue among the researchers within our network. And our focus right now lies on transparency within methodology, methods and methodologies. So we launched, for example, an international study involving 5 different countries, and we shared the instruments which were developed in Germany and translated them and adapted them in different languages, just to have an international perspective on current demands in the area of multilingualism right now from 5 different European countries within our network. This project was also funded by EERA. But also we organize workshops for emerging researchers on different methods and methodologies, on language assessment in particular, in the linguistically diverse context.
Okay, and you know the EERA, of course, has this famous mission statement, yeah? How do you contribute to that mission then?
The overall mission of the EERA involves to achieve the high quality educational research, and we try to contribute to that mission not only by providing a space for exchange among the researchers within our network on different kinds of national perspectives on methods and methodologies, but also by providing concrete instruments, real instruments and real data. We want to make it accessible to our network so that different nations within our network can learn from national context and come to such dimension as in EERA research, European research within our network.
What makes your network unique?
The uniqueness of our network lies in its interdisciplinarity. So actually it's quite interesting that the interdisciplinary research which we conduct within our network is related to and is also reflected in unexceptionally all EERA networks, which of course enables quite a fruitful collaboration for us as the network in terms of organizing joint sessions.
Think back over the last few years of your involvement with the network. Is there something your network's done in the past years which you're particularly proud of?
Of course, we are a very young network and we are still growing. We increased the number of participants within our network through networking, but also the international study we did, which I already mentioned, funded by EERA.
Are you connected to other groups and associations outside of EERA?
Actually, we are about to establish a close collaboration right now with Early Childhood SAG from Early Childhood Educational Research Association through one convener within our network. We also plan some joint sessions with Writing and Literacy Network from EERA USA, and we have pretty close connections to the German Coordination Office for Multilingualism and Language Education, which is founded by the German Federal Ministry for Education and Research, and we collaborate with Coordination Office regarding the support of emerging researchers, not only during the ESIS, as in this year, where we give a common workshop from both of us, but also between the ESIS.
There's the conference, which is the big thing for the European Conference for Educational Research, the big event in the year. And you get proposals put forward. What are you looking for in a proposal? What do you think makes a good proposal?
As the Network on Language and Education is such an interdisciplinary network, we have linguists, we have psychologists, we have quite a lot of different disciplines within our network, and all under the umbrella of the research on language and education. So I think that just the contributions in terms of exploring teaching and learning contexts within linguistically diverse heterogeneous spaces like ours, those proposals are very attractive right now at the moment.
And the conference, the European Conference on Educational Research. What do you like about it?
I like the networking part a lot, because I think we are here like a small family within our network, and this family has been constantly growing since we started in Istanbul in 2014. So everybody is welcome to that family, and we meet each year and discuss similar problems, similar issues within the research on language and education, the openness of people within the European conference. And I think that the exchange on certain research issues is quite important in order to achieve transparency, in order to learn from each other.
Irina, thank you very much for coming to talk to us
today. Thank you very much.